Hi, this is Zach Meir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Vox Markets for Friday, the 17th of December. Starting off with Alpha Growth, where there's been a rebound off that uptrend line there from this time last year, around 2.5 pence, and above that looking to the 200-day moving average, rising at just under 4 pence. The fact that it's rising should provide a bit of a positive drag on the stock to the upside. We've also got the 50-day moving average rising at 3 pence, so that's a double win for the technicals, and hopefully 4 pence would be the minimum on the upside, maybe by the end of next month, and then maybe 5.5 pence going into Q1 2022. Moving on to one of the stocks which has been the turnaround situation of the last few weeks, Bidstack, and here you can see that the shares managed to hit the July resistance line target. In fact, they've hit it twice now, which is very pleasant. The other point to note is that this looks like this is a mid-move consolidation, so like a bull flag, resting on the 200-day moving average and above that 200-day line at 3.14. The best case scenario target now is a June resistance line target up to 6.5 pence. Something that could be seen by the end of next month. If you're looking for the trigger on such a move, an end of day close back above that resistance that we had last week around 4.4 pence could be enough to do the trick. Moving on to a stock which has not been in the best of form of late, Berkeley Energia. But there is some bullish divergence there, so we had lower support there for December versus November. RSI the same or higher, so that bullish divergence could be enough to give the stock a bit of a run to the upside, also breaking that resistance line there around 10 pence, above 10 pence, looking to fill that gap up to 16 pence, maybe over the next few weeks for Berkeley Energia. Another stock which has been on the back foot of late, but has made a recovery today is Bluebird Merchant Ventures. Here we've had a rebound off that long support line there, falling support line there from back in April last year. Also saw the shares at very oversold levels below RSI 20, and we saw a decent reaction that time back in March last year when the shares went very oversold. Not quite so impressive in the summer, but maybe this time will echo what we saw early last year, above 1.6 pence. Looking for the top of the channel initially up to 3.5 pence, maybe as a conservative target by the end of next month. Another rarity is appearing now because of the lack of contenders. Here we've got Prophotonics, and here an interesting situation with the, I suppose it's almost like a saucer pattern here over the last, since February, something like that, gap to the upside as well. View now is that we could see the shares hit the top of the rising trend channel from back in October last year as high as 12 pence, especially while they hold above the 50-day moving average at 7 pence. The gap higher, obviously a big plus point from a charting perspective. On to another situation which is giving us grounds for some optimism. Here we've got Quiz. Here it's bounced off the floor of that rising trend channel from the summer of last year. That's around 12.5 pence. Above that, we're hoping for 20 pence again, which is November, December resistance. We've got the rising 200-day line around current levels, so that should provide some positive momentum for the shares, as well as obviously we can see how the stock has been oversold in the recent past. In fact, yesterday, RSI sub 30, and that was a decent trigger back in May. Maybe it could do the same for Quiz over the next few weeks. 3 contenders to go. First is Resolute Mining, which wouldn't normally make the grade here, but because we have bullish divergence in the RSI window with the, lower, the support there around 17 pence that we've had for December. And we've got that falling triangle from back in the summer of 2020. Looking for the shares to break the 22 pence area, which is the 50-day moving average, and that 2020 resistance line to take them back up to the low 30s, maybe by the end of next month while we hold 17 pence. On to a stock which is looking quite interesting at the moment, Tecmar Group. Here it looks as though we've been bumping along the bottom. We retested the lows of November last year, 36 pence successfully. Initial target here, probably up to that resistance line there from May, which is currently pointing as high as 65 pence. Best case scenario target, I suppose, over the near term, or maybe the next 2 to 3 months, something like 100 pence plus, which would be that December, the 1 year resistance line projection. But let's go for 65 pence first while we hold above the 50-day line at 46 pence. Finishing off with a more straightforward situation, Thor Mining. Looks like we've got a broadening triangle, and the support there after the bear trap below August lows at 0.67, just down below 0.6 pence. Above 0.6, looking for as high as 1.1 pence over the next 2 to 3 months, especially if we can remain, well, the longer we remain above 0.67, the summer 2021 support. That's it for me today. More updates over the weekend if there are anything or any situations worth updating.